Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I want to speak to you about something that touches every heart, something God Himself has placed deep within our souls. We live in a world that is searching, longing, and yearning for true connection. We swipe, we search, we wait, and we wonder, Lord, when will I meet the one you have chosen for me? But let me tell you this, God is not a God of confusion or accidents. He is a God of divine appointments. When He introduces you to the one your heart has been waiting for, it is not by chance, it is by His perfect plan. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Tonight I want to show you how God in His infinite wisdom introduces you to your soulmate, not through desperation or fear, but through faith. Obedience and divine timing are the keys. Are you ready to receive what God has prepared for you? Then open your heart, because He is speaking tonight. From the very beginning of time, God has orchestrated every detail of our lives with a purpose far greater than we can imagine. When it comes to love, when it comes to finding the one who will walk beside us through life, we must remember this. God is never late, never early. He is always right on time. We live in a world that rushes, pressures, and screams, hurry or you'll miss your chance. But God doesn't operate on human deadlines. He moves according to His perfect wisdom, and His timing is never wrong. We see this truth throughout Scripture. Take Abraham and Sarah, for example. God promised them a child, but in their impatience, they took matters into their own hands. They thought God's timing was too slow, so they crafted their own plan, and it led to heartbreak and pain. But when God's appointed time arrived, Isaac was born, just as He had promised. The lesson here is clear. When we trust in God's timing, He fulfills His promises in ways beyond our imagination. The same applies to the one He has for you. Many people grow weary in the waiting. They wonder, Lord, have you forgotten me? Have you overlooked my prayers? But let me assure you, God does not forget. He does not ignore. His silence is not absence, and His delays are not denials. In fact, His timing is a tool of preparation. If God hasn't yet brought your soulmate into your life, it's not because He's withholding something good from you. It's because He's preparing you, refining you, and shaping you into the person He's called you to be. When the moment comes, you'll be ready to receive the love He has ordained for you. Consider the story of Ruth and Boaz. Ruth didn't chase love or force her way into a relationship. She remained faithful, diligent, and obedient, walking the path God set before her. In His perfect timing, He led Boaz to her. It wasn't an accident or a random occurrence, it was divine timing at work. The same God who orchestrated their meeting is the same God who is working in your life today. The enemy will try to make you restless, whispering lies like you're running out of time. Everyone else has found their person, but you're still alone. But the enemy is a deceiver. He wants you to act out of fear, not faith. He wants you to settle for less than God's best. But here's the truth. When God is in control, you don't have to chase what's meant for you. You don't have to force a relationship that isn't from Him. Trust His timing, for it is perfect, and His plans for you are greater than anything you could ever imagine. When God introduces you to your soulmate, it's not just for your happiness, it's for His glory. He brings two people together not just to love each other, but to serve Him together. A godly relationship isn't built solely on attraction or shared interests. It's built on a shared mission, a shared faith, and a shared desire to walk in His will. Many people desire a godly relationship, but they don't allow God to do the necessary work in them first. They want love, but they carry unresolved wounds from their past. They seek connection, but they haven't yet developed the patience, humility, and selflessness that love requires. God doesn't want you to enter a relationship broken, expecting someone else to fix you. He wants you to step into it whole, knowing that only He can complete you. No person, no matter how wonderful, can fill the void that only God is meant to fill. Consider David's story. Before he became king, he was a shepherd. Before he was honored, he was humbled. God spent years preparing him in solitude before bringing him to the throne. If David had rushed ahead, he wouldn't have been ready to lead. Likewise, If you rush ahead in love before God has finished his work in you, you risk entering a relationship unprepared. God's preparation is a gift, not a punishment. He's shaping you, healing you, and equipping you to love and be loved in a way that reflects his heart. So if you're in a season of waiting, embrace it. Trust that God is working behind the scenes, aligning every detail for your good. When the time is right, he will bring the one he has chosen for you, and it will be worth the wait. Love rooted in God's purpose is unshakable. It's a love that reflects his heart, fulfills his plans, and leaves a legacy of faith. So wait on him, trust him, and when he brings the right person into your life, it will be a love story that only he could write. One that brings glory to his name and fulfills the calling he has placed on both of your lives. But let's go deep. Love, as God designed it, is not just about companionship or romance. It's about purpose. The relationships he ordains are rooted in his greater plan. They're meant to reflect his love, bring glory to his name, and fulfill his purposes in the world. So if you're waiting, don't lose heart. Trust that God is working behind the scenes, preparing you and the one he has for you. When the time is right, he will bring you together in a way that is unmistakably his. And when he does, it will be more beautiful, more fulfilling, and more purposeful than anything you could have imagined. Trust his timing, for it is perfect. When love is forced, it comes with anxiety, confusion, and uncertainty. But when it is aligned with God's will, it comes with peace, clarity, and purpose. Too often, people rush into relationships out of fear of being alone. They settle for less than what God has for them because they believe waiting is too hard. But settling is not the answer. God doesn't want you to enter a relationship simply because you're afraid of being single. He wants you to walk into love with confidence, knowing that he has prepared someone specifically for you. His blessings don't come through striving. They come through surrender. When we trust his process, we allow him to bring the right person at the right time. Consider the story of Abraham's servant who was sent to find a wife for Isaac. Instead of wandering aimlessly or relying on his own judgment, the servant prayed for divine direction. He didn't lean on his own understanding. He asked God to align his steps. In response, God led him to Rebekah. There was no confusion, no notion, no manipulation, just a clear divine connection. This is how God works when we let him take control. He doesn't leave us wandering in uncertainty. He directs us with clarity when we trust him completely. One of the greatest dangers in relationships is allowing emotions to lead instead of God's wisdom. Feelings can be deceptive. What feels right in the moment may not be right in the long run. The enemy often uses impatience to push people into relationships that were never meant for them. He whispers lies saying, if you don't take this opportunity now, you'll never find someone. But God doesn't use fear to guide his children. He doesn't operate through pressure or desperation. He leads with peace, assurance, and a steady hand. When you trust God's timing, you don't have to fear missing out. You don't have to settle for less than his best. His plans for you are good, and his timing is perfect. The love he has for you is worth waiting for. A love that is rooted in his will, his purpose, and his divine alignment. So surrender your timeline to him. Let him prepare you, guide you, and bring the right person into your life at the right time. When he does, it will be unmistakable. A love that brings peace, clarity, and a deep sense of purpose. Trust him, for he is faithful and his promises never fail. If tonight's message has touched your heart, if it has reminded you to trust in God's perfect timing and his incredible plan for your life, then I want to invite you to take the next step. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join our growing family here on this channel. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on more life-changing messages, heartfelt encouragement, and biblical truths that will inspire you to walk closer with God. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you're always the first to know when we upload new content. And if this message resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps us reach more people who need to hear this truth. Thank you for watching, and remember, God is faithful. Trust Him, wait on Him, and when the time is right, He will bring every promise in your life to pass. Until next time, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and keep walking in faith. See you soon.